Hello, it's Jo from Emily Cat 176. It's Wednesday, and that means another poem. So off we go. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality. We slowly drove, he knew no haste, and I had put away my labour and leisure too, for his civility. We passed the school where children played, their lessons scarcely done. We passed the fields of gazing grain, we passed the setting sun. We paused before a house that seemed a swelling in the ground. The roof was scarcely visible, the cornice but a mound. Since then, 'tis centuries, but each feels shorter than the day I first surmised the horses' heads were toward eternity. Because I Could Not Stop for Death by Emily Dickinson. Now, when I first posed the question, is poetry a dying art form? This is the poem I quoted from, but today I have read it in full. Of course, the first two lines are so well known now, and Emily Dickinson is so well known now. The rhythm of this poem, some people call them a lyric. It's wonderful, the rhythm. It's spoken, it's a calm tone. So she's talking about death, she's talking about, well, if you're a Christian, the afterlife, but it's all done in a calm tone. It can also be seen as all to do with the rhythm of the cycle of nature. We're born, we live, we die. It's a cycle. So, yeah, I really liked it. I like this poem. I do like this poem. A lot of people like this poem. As I said, it is a very well-known poem now worldwide. Because Emily Dickinson, 1830 to 1886, I'm looking at my notes, she was gone by 55. She was not really well known during her lifetime. It's interesting because there's evidence that she spent quite a lot of her life in isolation. She apparently wore white clothing and had a very reclusive nature. The locals considered her an eccentric, and really little is known of her life. I did find that she was educated at Mount Holyoke College and Amherst Academy. She was born into quite a prominent family. But it got me thinking, why do we have to label people? Because reading this poem out, it also brings to mind an exhibition that is running here in Melbourne at the moment, at the Sophie Gannon Gallery in East Richmond. It's called Cat Ladies. And being a cat lady is a derogatory term that is used towards, well, it's mainly older women. The thinking being that if they don't have a partner, they've got to be lonely, so they become bitter and they get a cat for company. And this artist has painted all these women who love cats. And what's wrong with that? And what's wrong with Emily Dickinson? If she chose to live her life this way, what's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with that. And I say that because I'm a very social person. I love going out. I love meeting new people. I love doing whatever. But not everyone is like me. Not everyone is like Emily Dickinson. And I just think, labels. Why do we have to put labels on people? And she left us with some wonderful, wonderful work. And as I said, this poem is known worldwide now. Apparently during her lifetime, few people knew she actually wrote. It was after she'd gone that all this was found. But I think she deserves to be celebrated. Celebrated for the good writer that she was. Who cares if she wore white clothing? Who cares if she stayed in her room? I mean, I'm just thankful that people write like this and it's left to the world, that even today we can read it. I just think Delmore Schwartz was another one. He drank himself to death. Well, again, it's his life to do what he chooses with, you know. So yeah, I like this one. As I said, I started with this one. Sorry, I'm looking at my book. So I thought I would actually, I said, read this one completely, because some people may not know that there are actually 5 stanzas. But there's this, as I said, there's this wonderful rhythm all the way through it. I like her language. It's just, I really do think this poem in particular, it's just right. So, apparently, and I have read somewhere too, that in some quarters she's known as a pagan poet. I don't know what that's meant to be. It's another label. Who knows? To me, she was a writer and a poet, and a very good writer and a poet. What do you think? Let me know. And as I said, if you are enjoying these poems or anything else on the website, please subscribe. People have been, but as I said, I am trying to grow the channel. I am still thinking about becoming a poetry tutor. I've been asked to be one. I don't know. I'm thinking about that. And apparently if it is an educational thing, you get, the copyright doesn't affect someone like me on my website as much. So I don't know. I'll think about that. But anyway, as I said, that's Wednesday's poem. I am continuing to look at poets all the time because I said I really enjoy it, and it's so good with poetry, reading the meanings into them, and do you see what I see in these? It's just very good. So enjoy the rest of your week, and I will be back on Friday. Okay, bye.